Hi guys, welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 11th of February 2021. Welcome back to episode 10. It's going to be a brief one, and as always, stick around for the lesson at the end of the video, which will be a short one. If you enjoy the videos, please give the videos a thumbs up, guys, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future updates. So we'll get straight into it. In the previous episodes, if you want to rundown of the week, just go back on the previous episodes. They're all dated at the beginning. I always say the date at the beginning so you'll know where you are. We did a trade on the pound USD this week, which is all it's listed as the trade, so you'll know which one that is if you want to go and see that. So the Euro USD, let's take a look at the daily. So we have a little bit of slowdown here. We're expecting this, to be honest. Now, before I continue, obviously, this isn't just about me saying, hi guys, welcome back, it's LSP, blah, 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 and then just, going through a bunch of charts and then just continuing to do this randomly, yeah, for weeks and weeks and weeks. I want you guys to really start to get a feel for the flow as I'm going through these series of charts, okay? You're not really going to see me, you might see me add a few charts here and there, but it's generally going to be these pairs, because I'm very familiar with these pairs, and I want you to pay attention to the things that I'm saying in the respect, because obviously it's about education. We started here and we were saying about the reaction down here, and then now we've had a nice run up here, and I was talking about this area up here and the slowdown that we're expecting. And remember, I talk about this stuff before it happens, not to say look at me, that's not what I mean, but it's an expectation, and it's a pretty good expectation. It's it's a high odds expectation. So when these things happen, we know how to react. Now it is late in the week, it's Thursday, so there's not really a great deal we can do with this, in terms of trading or anything like that, but it sets us up for next week, yeah. And this is what we have to bear in mind. We are thinking up here. The longer it stays up here, okay, the better it is for us next week, because then if it dips and then reverses or negates, we can expect to run into these highs up here. This first run into this area of liquidity, you can see as it was running into this, okay, cleared it a little, but not fully. So as it starts to run up there, it may run a little bit deeper and start to go into this area up here, which would make sense, okay, because it's the second touch as well. So it's looking good for next week. It's looking good for next week. The pound USD, as I was saying, I really want this to run now into the area that I've made a note of here, because I'm expecting price to stall here before it runs into this area of liquidity, and if that happens, great, I'll be looking to fade this, but we'll go through this next week. We'll have a quick look at it tomorrow, but I want it to accelerate. Basically, the quicker it gets up there, the better. Same with the pound Japanese yen, a little bit of acceleration. There is a longer way for this to go, so this would have to really take off. But I wouldn't be interested here or here. It really has to get up here, and it has to do it a very specific way for me to consider a fade on this. So, we'll monitor and we'll keep going through it and see what happens. The pound Aussie dollar, as I keep saying, it's kind of going sideways, grinding, not really doing much. But if it starts to grind lower and show some some push to the downside, this is where I'm expecting it to go, and if it does do that, then obviously I'll be looking for a potential short on this. The USD Japanese yen, we're going to skip past this because nothing yet. USD CAD, I'm going to zoom in one more on USD CAD and just scrunch it up a little bit, because I am starting to like this a little bit more. Yeah, this may be setting up next week. I do like this. I am starting to like this now. So USD CAD, one to watch for next week. Okay. Gold, as I keep saying, expecting and wanting to see 1750, but until it gets down there, there's not really much I can do. And again, it's about buying the actual physical gold. So it's more of a study of price really to buy physical you know, the physical gold as opposed to actually trading this. Silver, nothing really. I just want to click on one of, you know, on the silver chart one day and just see it exploding, which would be pretty cool because I do hold some silver as well. So on to the lesson, guys. I left you last week with the question, or sorry, yesterday, sorry, yesterday's lesson, with the question: does it look bullish, and why? And does it look bearish, and why? And obviously there was a few other things in there that I threw in there. Now today, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make it quick, okay? Because I'm quite busy today. I've got a few things that I need to do, and then tomorrow there's a few things that I'll leave you with over the weekend. So as we're doing these lessons, okay, the whole point is to, and remember this from my point of view, okay, because remember, there's not a lot of people that watch these videos, which is unfortunate because I do believe, and I don't want to sound arrogant, but I do believe that there's a lot of good content here, you know, and it's a shame that it's not reaching a wider audience. But while, you know, when I do these videos, I try to be very, maybe too smart about the way that I incorporate the lesson into what it is I'm trying to do, because sometimes it can cause a little bit of confusion, you know, and people kind of get lost in it all. And you know, I try to simplify it as much as I can, but if you can kind of work your way through all of that, you see what I'm trying to get across. Because if I just tell you, you don't get it. No, people just don't get it. I've done that before. I'm like, oh, but look, it's right there, and they're like, I don't get it. Because you have to have an underlying foundation of how things are moving around and why they do what they do. Because if you don't have that, you just don't get it. It just doesn't sink in. It, you know, it's like you're wearing blinders or something. So just kind of bear with me, you know, and I guess just trust the process, and just trust me. You know, it's all free, guys. It's all free information. So, you know, I just really hope that somebody gets this. Yeah. So I left you with a bunch of questions, and I hope, you know, some of you went through these ideas in your head. Because remember, like I said, it's more about getting a feel for you as a trader, sitting down and intuitively understanding. And to give you a really simple explanation of what I'm talking about in this particular lesson, because it's about intuitive understanding. The lesson itself is not about the charts. It's just about intuitive understanding and focusing on the trader, you the trader, okay, is USD CAD. You've seen me in the last 9 episodes or so skip past USD CAD. In the last two episodes, yesterday, well, in the last 3 episodes, I've kind of been hinting that there's something there. Okay, why? Nothing's really happened. If you kind of look at this chart in the last 3 or 4 episodes, there's nothing really happened. You know, we're talking fractions of a pip, really, you know, on the weekly chart. It's not something that you're like, wow, there's a massive thing. But intuitively, having seen this chart so many times for years, there's just, I don't know what it is, but it's experience, it's everything, culmination of all the ideas over the years and everything that all comes together and the experience. I don't want to say sense, but through my experience and just looking at this chart now, I've just got this very good feel for, you know, knowing that next week something could potentially be setting up on USD CAD. And it's not some, you know, how can I say, it's not some gift or anything stupid like that. We're talking about years and years and years of staring at charts and putting in the time. And obviously, obviously understanding, the way that orders work, the way that price moves around, the way it absorbs liquidity, buys, sells, where the bulk of the orders are and all of this stuff. And this is what I'm trying to portray in these lessons. And it will come across, and there will be some people that will get this, So today's lesson is, it's always going to be focused on the trader. Yes, you will see a lot of stuff. I'm going to be going through a lot of things on, EURUSD, but the main focus is always going to be on the trader. Okay, so the lesson for today is the trader. And I'll leave you with one very quick thing before tomorrow's lesson, okay, which will be Friday. When you're looking at this section of price action just here, just this, okay, like that, yeah? Does that look bullish or does that look bearish? And it's one of the very rare occasions that I'm going to use the words bullish and bearish, okay? So the question is, does it look bullish or does it look bearish? And if you need to pause the video obviously, and just kind of have a think and just see what you think. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out like this, and I'm going to scrunch up the chart just a little bit, and I'm going to ask you the same question again. Does the chart look bullish or does the chart look bearish? Okay, so just have a think about both of those two scenarios. Okay, and in tomorrow's video I'm going to give you an exercise to do over the weekend, which I think is going to be a massive eye-opener for a lot of you. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I hope everybody's well. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch up with you in episode 11, I guess it'll be, and that will be tomorrow. Alright, take care, and I'll speak to you then.